He was using me? I feel like such a fool.
Oh, Randall.
Angela.
I can hardly believe it. I've been waiting so long for your return.
How dare you? You never waited for me. You married Henry.
It's not...
Traitors! After everything I've done for you, Henry, you betray me like this? You stole my ideas and my research. And if that wasn't enough, you stole my love.
You couldn't be more wrong, Randall. Henry has been preparing for the day you would return home.
When I would return? What does that mean?
Randall, you should know the truth about Montedor.
We have something to tell you. Now, just leave me alone, all of you.
Randall, when you disappeared, we didn't know if you'd ever return. We were destroyed, all of us. Your parents took it especially hard, of course. Their businesses failed, and the Ascot house fell into disrepair. All that time, Henry risked his life as he searched for you down in those ruins, but to no avail. In a strange twist of fate, he found the Azran treasure you were searching for all those years ago. Henry supported your parents with his newfound wealth, but he could not truly replace what they had lost. So he did what he could. He worked hard to build Montedor, and he cared for your parents as if they were his own.
Henry, is this true?
It is, Randall. Henry never stopped searching for you. He always believed that you would return someday. He spent a fortune sending search parties down into those awful ruins. He built the Reunion Inn so that they would have a base near the ruins.
The Reunion Inn?
I believe that was the first building established here in Montedor. Out here, in the middle of nowhere, the Reunion Inn thrived. That was quite a miracle, if you ask me. But not one without a rational explanation behind it.
And what was that?
Henry announced several rewards for anyone who could find the man named Randall. These rewards were so large that word spread quickly, and the Reunion Inn became a popular haunt. From there, the town prospered. Hotels and shops cropped up everywhere. A thriving city bloomed here in the desert. And Montedor became the city we know today.
I can't believe it.
One might say that Montedor is built around the idea of your return, Randall.
My return?
And that is the true miracle behind the city of Montedor.
I don't know what to say.
Randall, it appeared as if Henry had stolen your family and your fortune. Nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, he spent his entire life preserving all that was yours.
But Angela...
Yeah, what about Angela?
Is that my...
Yes. Okay, so that's the pendant. The pendant that Randall gave her. She's been keeping it safe for 18 years. But I'm with Randall. She married Henry?
Randall, my marriage to Henry wasn't real.
What? Oh, come on. They were just pretend married for 18 years? Is that what you're saying?
What?
After I lost you, Randall, I didn't know how to go on. My parents kept pressing me to get married. They wanted me to marry the richest man in town, Alphonse Dalston.
Oh, ew.
I had given up so completely by that time that I probably would have agreed just so that they would leave me alone.
Jeez, don't tell that to Dalston. You'll hurt his feelings.
But then Henry asked me. I'll never forget it. He said, "Will you wait for Master Randall with me?" Henry always believed you would come back. He helped me believe too. So we agreed to pretend to be married until the day you returned, Randall.
Wow, okay, so Henry decided to fake marry his friend's girlfriend. Right, that makes sense. Yeah, totally makes sense.
Henry vowed that he would protect and preserve everything of yours.
Henry never took anything from you. He protected everything for you.
Can it be? Randall? Mother! Can it be? Randall! Oh, if it wasn't for Henry, I don't know what would have happened to me. He took such good care of me, Randall. I understand. Oh, Mother, I thought I'd never see you again.
Randall, I believe this is yours. This document is proof of ownership for all properties attributed to the Lador family. It reveals that the Lador family fortune is in fact fully owned by a third party.
Third party?
All of the land and money attributed to the Ladors is actually in the name of Randall Ascot.
So this would be the super important document that Professor Layton got from City Hall and then refused to show to everybody else.
How can this be?
Henry created a replica of the Mask of Chaos, but not to steal the glory that ought to have been yours. It was the symbol of Montedor, a beacon that would draw your attention wherever you were.
We've been talking about Henry for like 7 minutes now, and Henry has been standing here the whole time saying nothing. This is odd.
Henry assumed you would seek out someone claiming to have the Mask of Chaos when you came back. His assumption was correct. But when the masked gentleman appeared, it was clear the police would come asking questions. Angela acted fast. She knew that if the police investigated Henry's mask, they would discover it was a fake. So she hid the mask and claimed it had been stolen in order to preserve the symbol of Montedor's prosperity.
And also to keep Henry's beacon alive.
Randall, do you still feel that Henry has taken something from you?
What have I done? You weren't yourself. And now that you are, and back here with us, everything is going to be okay. Henry.
This was the true miracle all along.
And those are the final two mysteries. Mystery, how did Montedor spring up in 18 years? Well, Henry financed it. And Henry was being suspicious because he's really a nice guy. And nice guys always are suspicious, I guess. I don't know.
What is this?
An aftershock! I'm sorry, Herschel. I let you down.
I can't pull you up. Now give me your other hand.
You can let me go now, Herschel.
Randall, you must just give me your other hand, Randall.
I can't. I've betrayed so many people. I'll never forgive myself. I don't deserve to live. Let me go. Randall, I can't. Henry.
Master Randall, after all these years, there's no way I'm letting you get away from us that easily.
Henry. I'm so ashamed of what I've done. And I don't deserve your kindness or your forgiveness. But why? Why would you do all this for me?
Master Randall, do you really not know? You've always looked out for me.
That's young Master Randall's toy, not yours. You remember your place. Give that back this instant. Honestly, Henry, I don't know what you're thinking. Is this how you were taught? Are you some sort of common thief? I have half a mind to report you to the master of the house.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just wanted to play with it.
Oh, hello. Sorry to disturb you, young Master Randall.
Why did you take Henry's toy?
Huh? Young Master Randall, I think you're mistaken. This is yours.
No, this is the robot that I gave to Henry. Now then, if you'll excuse us,
Oh, what
I
are
have
you
half a mind
doing?
to report you to the master of the house.
Oh, all right, I'm going.
Master Randall, can you please forgive me for playing with your toy? Henry, it's yours now. But it's your favorite. Well, now it's your favorite. How many toys does one boy need, anyway? Come on. We're going on an adventure today. Thank you, Master Randall. I promise to take care of it and always treasure it. Let's find some more treasure. What do you say? You taught me something invaluable that day, Master Randall. And gave me something to treasure. You treated me not just as an equal, Randall, but also as a brother. And that has always meant more to me than any amount of riches ever could. As the years went by, it became clear to me that our friendship was my most valuable treasure.
I'm speechless.
There's nothing more to say, Master Randall. We all knew you would return. We just didn't think you'd take so long.
Henry. I'm so sorry.
No more apologies. Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Henry. Angela. I'm home.
This was a picture-perfect ending. Everything seems to have turned out for the best.
Agreed.
But I still have several questions about the Osran civilization, Professor. I mean, how were they able to build all those structures that were below Montedor?
Indeed. I was wondering that myself. The Osran were much more advanced than I'd suspected.
Who were the Osran?
No, what, Professor? Henry turned out to be an amazing person. He waited so long for his friend to return home, and everything he built all those years was for Randall. It was all quite miraculous.
The greatest achievement is often the one that is the most selfless.
What other city can claim that it was built on a foundation of loyalty and friendship?
None that I know of. Quite fitting. It truly is the city of miracles.
So that is it, everybody. That is the end of Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. And you know what? I think I feel a song coming on.
Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. Layton's first game on the 3DS. Professor Layton. He had adventures in the past with Angela and his friend Randall Ascot. They were only teenagers. Herschel had crazy hair. He'd hover awkwardly during his best friend's dates, and they fought mummies in Akbadain. Professor Layton, he thought his friend was dead, but he remembered all the good times. Professor Layton, he took the tram to Montedor because he had to stop the masked gentleman. It wasn't easy. The villain knew how to fly, and everyone was scared of his dark miracles. People became horses and people were turned to stone. The people in paintings even walked out on their own, but it was all a trick by Disco Lee. Professor Layton, his ending credit song is long. What we need now's an instrumental. Herschel Layton, he wears a big top hat even though it's not the 1800s. He likes solving puzzles and he has a super brain, the smartest gentleman in Great Britain. Professor Layton never is seen teaching his class. I don't know how he got tenure. Professor Layton, having adventures in 3D. 3D adventures are amazing. Professor Layton and the miracle mask. Professor Layton is the greatest.
That is the end of Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. If you don't count all of the other stuff which is included in this game.
So then it has come to pass, and we shall see if the Azran were worth my trouble. I have sacrificed everything for this moment. Master, you've done it. Behold, the Nautilus Chamber of Akbadain. It's quite beautiful, wouldn't you say? Huh? Hold your ground.
It is perfect weather for a day of world domination. Trespassers, this site is now controlled by Targent.
Do we go quietly? These cowards are not in charge here. You are not recognized as any type of authority. And you disgust me with your demented worldview. I will not let you steal that which I have earned. Cannot do this. You have no right.
Au contraire, my boy. Actually, I have every right. Now, let's just have a look. He's of no concern. Forget him. Secure the last of the Azron ruins. Years of work. Well worth it. Well worth it. Mist Hallory's Garden of Healing. Ambrosia, the City of Harmony. And now, the Nautilus Chamber of Akbadain. We finally have all three of the great legacies. And when I'm finished, the power of the Azron civilization shall be ours.
Well, that was a huge cliffhanger. And apparently Descale's butler is awesome. Wow! Butler is crazy cool. He managed to defeat Bronev. And an entire army with just a little marble-sized thing. Oh yeah, and I solved all of the puzzles in the story. Hooray, hooray! There are 15 bonus puzzles in the bonus section, which will be unlocked, and I will play through all of those puzzles in the remaining videos of my video walkthrough.